Well, the purpose of this video is to help women out to live more healthy lives that will benefit them in the long run. So I have absolutely no other goals with this. I mean, other than perhaps repairing the relations between men and women, but I personally am not interested and I don't want any reward for any of this, nor do I want any fame or whatever. Anyways, let's talk about social media and why you should probably uninstall it and what the signs are that you actually have a huge problem with social media or that it's ruining your life. Alright, so the problem with social media for women is that you get all this attention for free because of how the male brain works. The man is willing to do anything to get laid. Anything. Not every man, but most men will do anything to get laid. So you have hundreds of men trying to do anything, and we are givers by nature. So we try to give and tell you you're beautiful and just hope that this will, make you like us. No, I don't do that anymore. I did that when I was like 12 or 13, but I grew out of that because I realized that's just dumb. I realized that a woman has to earn the respect, and that way it's more meaningful for both of us in the long run, because then it's a relationship based on mutual respect and personality rather than just looks and vain compliments. Anyways, the thing is, what's happening in the female brain is that this is inflating your ego. You get told by hundreds of men and by your girlfriends that you're super pretty even if you're not. And men get desperate, so they'll say it even to the ugly girls. Now, the reason why you should why you should uninstall social media overall, why you should get out of Facebook, out of Instagram, or any social media that isn't anonymous. It's okay to have like Discord, Telegram, and then post your music playing or your drawings or, but not, pictures of yourself, etc. Be liked for your personality. This is going to get you a lot further and give you a lot more of a meaningful life, because this is what social media does to you. Social media is basically like heroin. Yes, the attention feels good, but it's every piece of attention that you get and everything you do more, you put on more revealing clothes to get more attention, more likes, and more of these positive compliments, more of these positive comments. And you do all this, and it feels good that you're like, oh yeah, this is, yes, every like, you're like, yay, yay. And it's like heroin, because you keep taking it, and then by the time you're 30, the attention drops. And then by the time you're 40, it drops further and further. Eventually, you don't have this drug anymore. And you're left with nothing, because this has inflated your ego during your entire youth. So you were unable to find any man in your, range that you would normally be able to find by just being a decent human being. But instead, you tried to go after the most attractive men, because everyone has told you to this point that you are the most attractive thing, basically. So you think that you deserve the most attractive man, and therefore you're ruining your own life, because those attractive men, yes, they will sleep with you, but then they will leave you. Never to return. Unless it's to sleep with you again and then leave you and never return. So you have no chance with these men whatsoever. And so you've ruined any chance of having a meaningful relationship, and that's why you should uninstall social media. And I can tell you a couple of signs. You don't necessarily have to just uninstall everything, but here's a couple of signs that are that you have a real problem with social media. Do you have more than 100 friends on Facebook? If the answer is yes, you got a problem. Do you have any revealing pictures of yourself on your Facebook or Instagram? If the answer is yes, then yes, you have a problem. And you may say, oh, but I should be able to do whatever I want. Look, I'm not saying this for my sake, I'm saying this for your sake. I'm just telling you this so that you know what you have waiting for you for the rest of your life. Like, do you want to be the type of woman who improves yourself and becomes the best version of yourself and eventually finds love, happiness, and creates a meaningful life and a meaningful future for yourself and your family? Or do you want to be the type of woman who ends up bitter and alone, who just complains about everything and everything is horrible, and then it's like, oh, whatever, I don't need any man, I don't need any of this, I just need my cats. Do you really want to end up like that? Listen, when you're in your youth, you have so much potential, and you can use that potential to improve yourself and to actually form and forge lasting bonds and relationships. I mean, the goal should be to just be with one man for the rest of your life. That should be the main goal, to find a man, like a good or a great man that can provide you with that, and for you to provide things for him too, so that you have a, symbiosis of sorts. So that you help each other out and you make it work. I'm not asking for a dream world, but this is, pretty simple stuff, and this is something that people used to do in the past, actually work together to make life better. And they succeeded in the past, and then things got ruined, and then you can blame it on whatever, but things did get ruined. That's for sure. And if you need statistics and stuff, not that you care, because generally speaking, women don't really care that much about statistics, but rather how all this makes them feel. But if we're gonna talk about the stats, then we can just see very clearly that the most successful relationships and the most successful marriages are marriages when the girl has given the guy she's marrying her virginity. These are the marriages that last the absolute longest. Now we just need to add even more healthy mindsets to that, like always try to be a better version of yourself. Compare yourself with the person you were yesterday and improve. I guess that's kind of it. It's like uninstall social media, or just be away from social media for a month and see how things change. Get rid of the addiction and try to form more healthy relationships and bonds with people. Work on yourself. Because if you don't know, you're not good enough. You really aren't. And you'll just get used and you'll end up bitter. And I don't want that to happen. I'm kind of sick of seeing both men and women end up miserable because they treat each other like crap. Because they don't realize what the other one needs. And it's very simple, If you think about love, or if you think about these stories, it's very simple that you have two parts. You want Prince Charming. Well, you gotta be the princess then. Not just get everything for free, but you gotta have the manners, you gotta be polite, you gotta be sweet, you gotta be innocent, you gotta have all these things. I mean, that's how even a maiden would get a prince. Because she was sweet, because she was cute, because she was endearing, because she offered him something that was special to him. And then he gave her the world. Or they took the world together. And you can have this. It's not impossible to have something similar to this, but don't get your expectations like too high. Just, you know, you're not gonna get the greatest man in the world, regardless. Get that delusion out of your head. But you can still get a pretty great guy. And in the end, he could be the greatest in your mind. And in the end, that's what matters, isn't it? Because if I truly fall in love with a girl, she doesn't have to look like a 10. She could be a 6 or a 7. But she could still be the most beautiful girl in the entire universe to me. Forever. But that's just if my delusions would come true. That I would have someone that truly loves me and is capable of true love. That would be awesome, but I don't have such expectations anymore. But that would be awesome. Now, thanks for watching, and take care. I hope that you'll get your life together. And feel free to tell me in the comments how this made you feel.